Hello, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today, I want to talk about the EMG PJX pickup set. This bass belongs to a friend of mine. It is an Ibanez Silver Series. This was built in the 70s in the so-called lawsuit era. These were solid precision-based copies. And my friend is the original owner of this. And for the past 40 some odd years, this has been a modding platform for him. So this bass has seen a variety of different pickups and a variety of different bridges. And he finally settled on a set of EMG PJX precision and jazz bass set. So in this video today, I want to talk about this pickup set. We'll listen to it and we can discuss the tones that you can get from it. The control setup on this bass today, on this dual pot stack, you have volume on the top, a tone control underneath, pickup blend, and then an active EQ system, so bass on the bottom and treble on top. Now, when I first started playing bass 30 some odd years ago, the EMG sound was everywhere. And I've had several EMG equipped basses, so I'm quite familiar with the so-called EMG sound. Now this pickup set, the PJX, is advertised as having the X series preamp giving a more dynamic range along with increased headroom while keeping the more traditional string-to-string balance. The X series pickups also come with an active tone control designed to roll off high frequencies, similar to a typical passive tone control. The result is a noiseless single coil guitar pickup with a classic EMG sound that bridges the gap between active and passive. Let's see whether or not that's hyperbole. Let's put this bass up against the track. I'm going to run through different pickup configurations and different settings on the tone control, and then I will also engage the active EQ. Let's give it a listen and we'll come back and talk about it. Now, not to pitch an EMG pickups into the rock genre, but I find this sound really lends itself well to rock. So let's talk about the pickup sounds. The first sound we heard was the P pickup alone with the tone control all the way up. Now, to my ears, it was a bit on the clanky and abrasive side, and I'm usually a precision-based guy. But to me, that sound was a bit on the abrasive side. The second sound, with the tone pot rolled down to 50%, I quite enjoyed. It gave it a nice rounder bottom, and the highs were a little tamer and less abrasive. So I quite enjoyed that sound. The third sound was with the precision bass and tone control rolled all the way off. Now, this sounded probably closest to a passive bass, but I think it still has that active bass trying to be a passive bass type sound. So I think for that application, I would probably reach for a passive P bass, but it's pretty close. And for an active EMG set, it got closer than I thought it was going to. So that part was pretty good. The next tone surprised me, and I was using both the P and the J pickups with the tone knob at 50%. Playing high up on the neck, I thought the notes rang out with great clarity without it being too hyped or over the top or being too harsh. So I quite enjoyed that tone. Now the PJ set with the tone knob rolled all the way up, I felt sounded a little bit on the thin side, a little anemic. And that's where the final sound with the P and the J together, but engaging the active EQ. So I had a little bit of bass boost and treble boost in that, and I quite enjoyed that sound as well. And to my ears, that's the classic EMG rock and roll sound. Overall, I think this PJ set has a lot going for it. I think the biggest advantage to this set is the P and the J pickups kind of work harmoniously together. And when you use both pickups, you don't get that massive volume drop you typically get going between the P pickup alone and then blending both pickups. The other huge advantage is this J pickup is pretty quiet. I'm not sure if you can truly appreciate that over YouTube audio, but the 60 hertz ground hum, I can barely hear it, if any at all. So if you like that PJ pickup configuration, but you hate the noise you get from a single coil J bridge pickup, this could be for you. Overall, the output from this bass is huge. It's several decibels louder than all of my other passive basses. But overall, I think, again, in summary, the winning tones for me are the P pickup alone with the tone knob dialed back to about 50%. The P and J together with the tone knob dialed to 50%, and then both pickups with the active EQ boosted slightly a little bit for that classic EMG sound. There's also a nice playing and sounding bass, so it was a great modding platform, and I think this PJ set is a good complement to this bass. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.